Some people are born loud. Others learn to survive by becoming quiet. Ethan Walker had mastered the second kind. At 6:15 every morning, before the sun fully reached the windows of his small apartment in downtown Seattle, Ethan woke to the soft buzz of an alarm he never let ring twice. He moved quietly, careful not to wake his son, Noah, who slept curled under a dinosaur blanket in the next room, his chest rising and falling, in gentle rhythm. Coffee toasts, a lunch packed with extra apple slices, peanut butter sandwiches cut into small triangles, and a note tucked inside that read, "Have a good day, champ." By 7:10, Noah was awake, rubbing his eyes, yawning so wide it almost looked like he was trying to swallow the morning. He asked the same question he asked every morning. "Dad, are you fixing computers again today?" Ethan smiled, pouring milk into a mug that had a small chip on the rim. "That's what I do, buddy." They lingered for a few minutes, sipping coffee and juice, talking about the little things the cartoon Noah had watched last night, the math problem he couldn't solve, the way a bird had perched on their windowsill. Ethan treasured these moments. The world outside could wait. This was real. By 8:45, Ethan was inside the steel and glass tower of Harlan Dynamics, one of the most powerful tech corporations on the West Coast. His badge beeped. The security gate opened, and just like that, he disappeared into the system. People walked past him every day without seeing him. Executives in tailored suits, assistants glued to tablets, employees rushing between meetings with barely a glance. Ethan fixed what broke and was forgotten the moment it worked again. That was fine. With him, invisible meant safe. The message came at 10:02 a.m. Priority alert. CEO office system. Failure. Ethan stared at the screen longer than necessary. The CEO floor. He hadn't been above the 20th floor in 3 years. The thought made him strangely nervous, not anxious, not excited, just aware. His palms were dry when he pressed the elevator button. The ride felt unreal. 30, 40. When the doors opened on the 54th floor, the silence was different. Thicker, polished, expensive. It wasn't just quiet. It felt curated, like the air itself had been filtered to remove any hint of chaos. The reception area looked like a museum. Glass, stone, abstract art that probably cost more than his car. A soft classical track played somewhere overhead, barely noticeable. "You're expected," the assistant said, without smiling. Voice precise, clipped. "Third door on the left." Ethan nodded and walked, each step measured. The hallway smelled faintly of leather and lemon polish. The door was open. Inside stood Madeline, cross-founder, CEO, billionaire, presence radiating in a way that made the room shrink around her. She was on the phone, back turned to him, voice sharp enough to cut glass. "I'm not interested in excuses. Either the numbers improve or leadership changes." She ended the call and turned. Her gaze landed on him like a scanner. "Your IT?" "Yes, ma'am." "Ethan Walker. My system crashed during a board review. I need it fixed immediately." Ethan moved quickly. No small talk, no mistakes. Hands steady, fingers precise. He navigated the commands. The monitors were dark. He initiated a hard reboot. Then, unexpected happened. Instead of the login screen, an image filled the monitor. A beach at sunset. A woman barefoot in the sand, hair loose, laughing without restraint. Madeline Cross, but not the version the world knew. This one looked free. Ethan froze, his heartbeat quickened. "I didn't mean to stop." Her voice wasn't angry. It was careful, measured, curious. She stepped closer, eyes fixed on the screen. "I forgot that was still there," she said quietly. Ethan looked away. "I can reset it immediately." "No." A pause. "Tell me something." He hesitated. "What did you think when you saw it?" "That wasn't a CEO question. That was a human one. You don't have to answer," she added. But something in her tone told him she wanted him to. "You looked happy," Ethan said slowly. "Like no one needed anything from you." Madeline didn't speak. She stared at the image as if it belonged to a stranger she once knew. Then she asked, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" The room felt smaller, tighter, charged. Ethan chose honesty, yes, but not because of how you look. Her eyes met his, searching. "Then why?" "Because you look like yourself. Not a title, not a responsibility, not a series of expectations. Just you." Silence. For a heartbeat. The CEO disappeared. "I don't remember the last time someone spoke to me like that," she said softly. Ethan reset the system. The image vanished. The monitors went dark, then normal. The polished silence returned. "Thank you, Mr. Walker," she said. Professional again. He left, heart heavier than when he entered. The next morning, Ethan was called upstairs again. This time Madeline was seated, not standing, leaning back slightly in a chair that seemed more like a throne than furniture. I reviewed your employment file, she said. Reliable, quiet, never asks for more. I have a son, Ethan replied. Stability matters. She nodded. I'm starting a confidential internal project. Culture, burnout, truth. Ethan frowned. Why me? Because you spoke to me like a person, she said simply. He agreed reluctantly. Meetings began. Executives, HR, legal. All heads tilted toward him as he spoke about things no one else noticed. Broken break rooms, ignored feedback, the silent exhaustion of employees, who smiled but went home drained. Madeline listened, really listened. And slowly, she changed. Not dramatically, not immediately. Small things she asked about Noah. He asked why she never took time off. She laughed a little more easily. She stayed past meetings, talking not about reports or figures, but about sunsets, about small joys, about why people mattered beyond their roles. One evening, after a particularly long meeting, she said quietly, almost to herself, I'm going back to that beach next month. Ethan smiled. You should. She looked lighter somehow, not just in posture, but in expression, in presence. Weeks later, Ethan tucked Noah into bed, feeling something unfamiliar, a sense of being seen, a sense of connection beyond routine, beyond responsibilities. Somewhere above the city. So did she. And maybe, quietly, invisibility wasn't always the safest place to be.